Continuing with chapter 19. You would have no authority over me at all, Jesus answered him, if it hadn't been given you from above. This is why the one who handed me over to you has the greater sin. From that moment, Pilate made every effort to release him. But the Jews shouted, "If you release this man, you are not Caesar's friend. Anyone who makes himself a king opposes Caesar." When Pilate heard these words, he brought Jesus outside. He sat down on the judge's bench in a place called the Stone Pavement, but in Hebrew, Gabbatha. It was the preparation day for the Passover, and it was about 6 a.m. Then he told the Jews, "Here is your king." But they shouted, take him away, crucify him." Pilate said to them, "Should I crucify your king? We have no king but Caesar," the chief priests answered. So then, because of them, he handed him over to be crucified. You see, Pilate was a tortured man. We see an insight in Matthew 27, verses 11 to 19, into one reason why he didn't want to send Jesus to be crucified. Now Jesus stood before the governor. "Are you the king of the Jews?" the governor asked him. Jesus answered, "You have said it." And while he was being accused by the chief priests and elders, he didn't answer. Then Pilate said to him, "Don't you hear how much they are testifying against you?" But he didn't answer him on even one charge, so that the governor was greatly amazed. At the festival, the governor's custom was to release to the crowd a prisoner they wanted. At that time, they had a notorious prisoner called Barabbas. So when they had gathered together, Pilate said to them, "Who is it you want me to release for you, Barabbas or Jesus, who is called Messiah?" For he knew they had handed him over because of envy. While he was sitting on the judge's bench, his wife sent word to him, "Have nothing to do with that righteous man, for today I've suffered terribly in a dream because of him." Pilate has a difficult decision to make as to whether to appease the angry crowd and kill an innocent man, or to let a murderer and revolutionary go free. On top of that, his wife has a terrible dream, and she tells Pilate that he should not crucify Jesus. Pilate finally gives in to the crowd, even denying his own conscience, for fear of the mob of people and perhaps for fear of losing his position. Let's read on in John 19. Therefore they took Jesus away. Carrying his own cross, he went out to what is called the Skull Place, which in Hebrew is called Golgotha. There they crucified him and 2 others with him, one on either side with Jesus in the middle. Pilate also had a sign lettered and put on the cross. The inscription was, "Jesus the Nazarene, the King of the Jews." Many of the Jews read this sign because the place where Jesus was crucified was near the city, and it was written in Hebrew, Latin, and Greek. So the chief priests of the Jews said to Pilate, "Don't write the King of the Jews, but that he said, 'I am the King of the Jews.'" Pilate replied, "What I have written, I have written."